Hello, guys. Good morning, and welcome to your Bitcoin report. Now, today is Friday, August 31st, 2018, um, and it's 9:52 a.m. Listen, by the time I get this program up there, it might not be morning for some of you guys anymore out there. But welcome to the show anyway. Welcome to this afternoon, and I hope you guys are having a nice afternoon. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get the chart started right here, and we're going to shift right over to Bitcoin. And we're going to talk about Bitcoin, what it's doing right now, right? And specifically, then we're going to take a look at the news, and we're going to take a look at a few specific news stories about what the people in the news think about what's going to happen with Bitcoin, just the relevant news stories. So first, we're going to start with a price analysis here and what's going on in the charts and what's going on with the price. We're looking at 68.97, almost $700. Bitcoin bears right now are out to play. We've got a few red candles to the downside. Right in this particular area right here, it looked like that they were going to take it down. But what happened was it started to recover a little bit. And now they're at it again. Right now, while we speak, the Bitcoin bears are at it, as we can see. And they're trying to take it down, but there's not a lot of energy. What I'm noticing is right now there's not an awful lot of energy to the downside. They're trying, but the bears are kind of starting to run out of a little bit of steam. I can just see them running out of steam in the charts here. What I'm watching right now, I'm seeing that the bearish action to the downside doesn't have a whole lot of, it doesn't have much head of steam to it anymore. It's losing energy. And so we saw this move to the upside. Let's see. Let's go back to the 30-minute. We saw this move to the upside from about $6,200. It went on up, and there's been a few bearish moves downwards during this. And right now we're in one of the bearish moves downwards. As you can see, if we close in right here, we're in one of the bearish moves downward. But the bears are losing steam each time. It seems like Bitcoin is holding its own better now. The air's basically what's happened is the air has been all let out of the Bitcoin bubble at this point, and now we're just fluctuating down on making bottoms, and the market is getting. Let me show you on the 12-hour. You see the energy to the downside when we first came off this 19,666, the energy to the downside was tremendous. But what we saw is we saw a slow consolidation, lower highs and lower lows all the way down here to and we noticed that this wave pattern, the waves are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And what we've done is we've just went through a wave. This is what's happened. Here's a big, look at this big wave here, and this wave here, and this is another wave right now. And we're cresting the wave, so we probably fall a little bit. Yeah, we're probably going to fall a little bit. We're probably going to fall down, probably. Okay, find the median here. I'd say 6,300, something like that. We're probably going to fall down to. But then we're going to recover a bit back, and basically it's finding its value, fair market value, Bitcoin is right now. So let's take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. Everything is a little bit in the green today. We're looking at $224 billion market cap, and Bitcoin dominance of 53.3%. Most of the coins are up a little bit. Some of them are up quite a little bit, like Monero. Monero's up today, $108 for Monero. They're up 10.79%. They're probably one of the ones that's up the most is Monero. But Litecoin today is $60.02. Still a pretty good value. But I would hold off just a little bit. I think you're going to get them back for $55 again. That's what I think. That's just my opinion, but I think there's a buying opportunity coming up in Litecoin for $55. I'm going to tell you when I'm going to head in and grab a couple. I'll tell you. I think in a few days, a buying opportunity. This might be our last buying opportunity. Might be the last. I think it's coming, though. I think we're going to get a little buying opportunity. But I think it's going to be the last one. So now let's take a look at the news. And take a look at some of these news articles across the board. This one says, Bitcoin loses 7K footing. So it went up to $7,000 and it lost its footing and it's fell back amid a market-wide price correction. I wouldn't really say, I'd say they're exaggerating a little bit. It wasn't much of a price correction. It's almost $7,000 right now, $6,900. Okay, this guy says Bitcoin price analysis, next upside targets. So he's bullish. This guy's bullish. Bitcoin is on its way to becoming a mainstream currency, a study suggests in The Independent. And yes, this is true, and I think it's going to become the world reserve currency. That's what I think. So I'm even more bullish than he is. He's bullish, though. He says it's on its way to becoming a mainstream currency. But he's stating the obvious. Bitcoin price watch. Bitcoin recovers sharply. Could retest 71.20. So he's bullish too. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are useless. Oh, this is a good one. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are useless. I got to go in. It's from The Economist. I got to go in and check this one out. He says they're absolutely useless. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are useless. Boy, this guy's in for a shock. You know, because he is one of these perma-bears on Bitcoin. It says, an old saying holds that markets are ruled by either greed or fear. Greed once governed cryptocurrencies. The price of Bitcoin, the best known, rose from about 900 in December 2016 to 19,000 a year later. Recently, fear has been in charge. Bitcoin's price has fallen back to around $7,000. The prices of other cryptocurrencies which followed it on the way up have collapsed too. No one knows where prices will go from here. Calling the bottom in a speculative mania is as foolish as calling the top. Particularly hard with cryptocurrencies because, as our Technology Quarterly this week points out, there is no sensible way to reach any particular valuation. Well, you know what? There's no particular way to reach any particular valuation with the US dollar or these other fiat currencies. So, I mean, let's just say it the way it is. It was not supposed to be this way, he says. Bitcoin, the first and still the most popular cryptocurrency, began life as a techno-anarchist project to create an online version of cash. A way for people to transact without the possibility of interference from malicious governments or banks. A decade on, and it is barely used for this intended purpose. Users must wrestle with a complicated software, give up all consumer protections they are used to. Few vendors accept it, security is poor, and other cryptocurrencies are used even less. Well, you know, in a way, right now, if we take a look at the picture, he's sort of correct. What he's saying is not completely untrue. But his skew on it is not taking into account all of the infrastructures being built in place so that Bitcoin can be actually used as a currency. And also, now I've stated this many times in my show, Bitcoin right at this particular moment is a speculative asset. It's speculative. And because of this, Bitcoin price could go down pretty darn low. The bottom would be set at around $1,500 right now. Honest to God, because that's what it costs to get a Bitcoin out of the ground. The mining fees, $1,500. Now, about 6 months ago, when I was reporting on the program, the mining fees were $1,000. They've went up a bit. Electrical prices have went up. The cost of mining gears went up and everything. Right now, it's at $1,500 to mine a Bitcoin. So a Bitcoin, if you take a look at gold, gold costs roughly around a little bit over $1,000 to get it out of the ground. Silver costs $14 to get it out of the ground. Bitcoin costs $1,500 to get it out of the ground. So what we're looking at is the Bitcoin price could probably go down to $2,000. Seriously. It's not going to go too much lower than that because the miners have to have their due, and they're not going to sell for less than what their costs. It's the same way with gold and silver. What gives gold and silver their value is the same thing that gives Bitcoin its value. So anyway, let's take a look at other articles here. Now he was a perma bear. This guy says how to put Bitcoin into perspective. Riding the roller coaster. Riding the roller coaster. Roller coaster of price. Yes. It is a roller coaster in price. Not long ago, it was $19,600. Yahoo Finance integrates Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin trading. Bitcoin price. Experts say cryptocurrency must hold this price in order to rally. Wrong! Wrong! That's totally wrong. Bitcoin, in order to rally, can go as low as it wants. It can go right down to the mining costs, $1,500. And it can rally all the harder from the lower prices. Bitcoin doesn't have to hold this price in order to rally. In fact, right now, if Bitcoin rallies right at this moment, I consider it a premature rally because the infrastructure is still being built out under Bitcoin. Picture that's like the foundation to a house. You got to complete the foundation before you can work on the shingles on the roof. Well, that's the way with Bitcoin. The foundation needs to be completed before the price is finally going to mature properly. And this is being done while we speak. Okay, here's I just got finished saying that Bitcoin costs $1,500 to mine. Here it is right here. It says report. Miners spend only $1,567 per Bitcoin. So I wasn't far off. 1,500, I said. Bitcoin sinks further. Short sellers are still in control, says trader. Yeah, but they're losing energy. They are losing energy. Bitcoin remains inside a range dominated by short-term traders, analyst says. Somewhat true. I'll go along with that. It says, storing a lot of Bitcoins in one wallet, is a bad idea. I would say, yes, that's true. Storing more than 10 is probably a bad idea in one wallet. If you got more than 10, you should probably split it up. If you've got, say, I don't know, if you're rich and you've got like 100 Bitcoins, split it up with 10 different wallets, with 10 in each different wallet. That way you're not going to lose all your eggs in one basket. But I'd recommend you keep them offline. Paper wallets are probably the best. 160 crypto exchanges seek to enter Japanese market, regulator reveals. Ain't that something? Notice how the Japanese market is growing. That's because Japan is actually, even though the yen is considered a safe haven asset, what a joke. What a joke. Anyway, Japan should have been in hyperinflation years ago. Honest to goodness. And Japan might honestly be one of the countries that starts to break down. Well, there's a lot of countries, breaking down right now. Countries like Turkey and Canada soon, and Australia. We're heading into an emerging market crisis right now. It's just the start of it. It's just starting. It's just getting going. And I'm going to be reporting on it a lot on my channel in upcoming days, especially on Financial Turmoil Explained. That's where I carry more of the mainstream of the financials. Rather than Bitcoin. This is a specialty channel. This is more or less cryptocurrencies in general. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. Been a good show, good morning. And I hope you guys are having a good afternoon and a good weekend. We'll be back on the air on Monday to do another report. Let's see what Bitcoin does this weekend. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next show. Bye-bye, guys.